we have war in Europe. We have a very uncertain outlook this week, and whatever I say today is only my personal opinion and whatever I know as per recording of this video. So, there is Russia invading Ukraine using also Belarus. In that regard, America and Europe has sanctioned the central bank of Russia, banks in Russia, and those people that is closest to the president of the Russian Federation. And there has been talks about sanctioning Putin himself. So, for those who are in Europe, there is a SWIFT banking system where when you send money, they will send information through before the actual money comes. They're going to close 70% of Russian banks out of that. So the question is, which ones? Which are the biggest ones? And since it's just 70% of it so far, there's still availability for someone to use it. They have blocked 40 billion of Russian assets that is located around in Western and American central banks, but Russia still has access to 200 billion assets in China, and that's also stored in the Russian central bank. What is going to happen tomorrow to ruble? I think it's going to tank. It's going to tank. The other thing that we are also going to look forward to, dollar. What can dollar do next week? And I would say that you actually might need to see a high volatility on the open. That's just my predetermined. I think that is going to be a lot of ups and downs in the beginning. What is going to be the direction for this week? I'm going to say take day by day, scalp it. Whatever you do, be very conscious of what you do. So the next thing is that Russia, since they're sanctioned, are not able to sell oil to Europe anymore. So they're the third biggest producer of oil, and oil prices are going to be volatile. I have not decided as to which force is going to be the worst one. Is it going to be the lack of Russian oil, sending price higher? Is it going to be other countries like Japan and other countries that is saying that they're going to release their oil reserve? Is it because of in Ukraine their oil reserve is on fire, or one of them at least? Is that going to send oil higher or lower? Well, we only have to look into what is the market going to do. And so far on Friday, it sent it lower. But if this one gaps up higher and you're a bull, you are allowed to. But be in mind that markets right now are highly uncertain by far any other forecast I've ever done. The other thing is Russia has also banned, together with China, they have also banned nitrogen and phosphate. Nitrogen is an important component to fertilizer. And what is fertilizer? Fertilizer is necessary to make your food. So there might be an increase of fertilizer pricing, will lead to higher food prices, including more inflation. Is that good? No, not really. So what is the effects of war? We might have higher oil prices. We might have higher higher food prices. We might have not access to food whatsoever in some cases, because you need other countries or other parts of the world to start stepping up their production. That is not done like that. It's not an instant thing. The next thing that you also need to look into, that Russia is a big producer or seller of wheat. Wheat prices has been soaring lately, and we are also looking forward to that one to rise higher. Ruble is probably going to absolutely get smacked on open, and stock market is also going to really get hurt. I saw that S&P has downgraded Russia to junk. But, well, that is one piece of information, but the other problem is nobody can give any money into Russia because it's sanctioned. So just because there has been downgrading of their loaning abilities, and they have to pay a higher price when they loan money. They can't even loan money at all. So, what is going into this week? We are going to look into the news every single moment, every single day, and we're going to take piece by piece. I literally just saw now on my screen that Russia has put their nuclear department into battle mode, or getting ready to battle mode. Their nuclear department, maybe bad English, but maybe, just a hypothesis, is that going to make America go into this? Because Russia and America has the biggest nuclear arsenal in this world. Then is that going to make America move? That's going to be very, very interesting going forward. And there is all this economic impacts on Europe, on Russia. Russia's going to get the hardest hit. Europe, I do not know yet. There's a lot of uncertainty as to what is really can be built up other places in the world, what can be supplied from other places, like natural gas. How much is America able to? How much are Norway able to all of a sudden get the supply so prices doesn't go through the roof? The other thing is the market satisfied? Well, we have priced in an invasion. So as long as the invasion is going forward, there is no more news there. What I think is going to be news is the sanction on the Central Bank of Russia. The SWIFT is kind of, and that's sending Russia back to Stone Age in financial terms. Banning all the assets. Are that going to make them unable to trade at all? And if you own anything to any Russians, well, they're not gonna get their money anyways, because nobody is allowed to trade with Russia at the moment. So let's go into the markets, and I will probably only be on 15-minute time frame, and I'm going to be very cautious about what I'm going to say next, because COVID said that when we had the initial peak, that was the peak, and then we went dollar bearish. So I am very interested to see if these sanctions are going to make the market go crazy again. But right now, the market is very, very, very normal in the circumstances we are in. I also saw that Norway and Europe also closed out Russian airplanes from their airspaces. And of course, the Russian airspace is already being closed. So that is also making it very important for those who want to travel from Russia to America to fly away from Russia. That is going to make it even more difficult. So, President still alive. The SWIFT, they were kicked out of SWIFT. And NATO, what are they going to do? So, what I've seen over the weekend is that they have added more troops to the border around Ukraine, around Belarus. And I've also seen that China thought that, yes, this invasion that Russia is doing is a good idea. I didn't think that would come, but here we are. So, dollar. If the market believes we're going to see the open, if the market believes that this new information that I've just given you isn't really going to have any impact on the dollar, on the American, on the economy of America, then this one's going to continue falling. As sick as it sounds, it is going to continue fall. So that is going down to 15-minute time frame. That is going down to 1 hour time frame, smaller time frames. Why do I say smaller time frames? Why don't you go higher time frames, Evan? Because the potential new news coming out can send up, down, split seconds. So, what is really important for dollar next week is, are we going to go down to 95? Because I believe this was the exhaustion. And now we are priced in war kind of thing. So, what is my outlook? I honestly believe dollar is going to go down. Now, I have not seen any other forecast. I don't know what other people have been saying, but my backbone would say, why isn't that dollar bullish? It is. But that's not what the market is pricing in. That's what the market has decided to do. The market has decided to do almost 100% retracement. Let's say 68 or 78% of the retracement of the fall, of the invasion. So if we now see that the closing out of Russia, which Russia has been really working on becoming independent for the past 6 or 7, 8 years, since 2014, it's only the question of wheat, fertilizers, and oil prices that's really going to really make the deal. So it seems like Australian is the winner chicken dinner. Why? Because it's not involved in the attack, in any of it. And you might also look into when there's war, there is also necessary to get more metal and iron. And what do Australia have? That's what they have. So that is kind of interesting to see that it is really gaining momentum. So as I would say, for this week, we might go up to 73.50. It might be ridiculous tomorrow, but that is my belief. That's what the market is going to do. I believe strongly myself. If I was to think of it myself, I would, shouldn't we fall? Shouldn't we go down there? I've learned from COVID. COVID didn't tell me that. COVID said, as long as the trend is bullish, or whatever the trend is, go in the direction of the trend. There might be short-term falling, but it goes back up again. So that is why I have bullish buys up to 73. So I will, as long as we are bullish, as long as we're still going higher, as long as we are doing normal trading like this, nice and cute, still going higher, I am ready for it. Okay, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. That is an entry right there. Stop loss below previous low. That is 20 pips. So probably 50 pips or so. And then what is going to be my risk reward? Probably going to hope for 100 to 200 pips in the end of the move. So back down to 71.70 stop loss, and then we will see. But if market now opens up very volatile, we go up and down, there is more news coming out, I will step aside. Euro, I think, has more downside potential. But by all means, I think that we are literally doing what COVID did. We are going higher, came low, going higher, and are continue higher. As long as we're still making higher highs and higher lows, very simple, very straightforward, technically support and resistance. This is basic of the basicest this week, okay? If you hit targets early this week, get out. Market probably could fall down pretty faster than you can even imagine. So up to 114.70 there on euro, and I'm probably going to be on Zoom meetings, and I'm going to be trading it small all the time. The other one is pound. Why is pound so weak? Because Russian oligarchs, or whatever you guys call them, are transferring money from UK to Ireland to Russia, or to whatever they're sending them to. So they can so they take it out of where they will be sanctioned, or where they became sanctioned, so they can still have access to their billions. Okay, that's why pound is so weak. But I still think we still have upside potential for this week, and we went into a range on Friday. Fair enough, all good on that. So what we do with range trading, we say, hey, is it breaking higher? Cool, bullish. Is it breaking lower? That is bearish. But bear in mind, if you think it's going lower, bear in mind that it might be at the bottom here. Okay? Straightforward, straight like that is also, and because market wants to also price in what is really happening in the world. UK is doing great. America is doing great. Europe was doing great at least. Norway is doing great. Everyone is doing great. Financially, economically, everyone is doing great. The only thing that we're pricing right now is a short-term fear. But if America goes into this war because of the nuclear situation, it will fall. Dollar will fall. Dollar will rise instant. That is probably, if I would say myself, the worst thing that could ever happen in this war. It's going to completely scare everyone away for I don't know how long. It's going to be mayhem, and if you don't have stop losses, it's going to probably be in seconds. It's gonna be crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. Computers are just going to run ahead of you. So, pound. Thinking it probably should go higher. New Zealand dollar, another one that is also going higher next week, and straightforward up to, up to 68.70, 68.50, give or take. Straightforward, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I forgot to give you a pound one. That was 137, and then pound yen turning bullish on the smaller time frames. Can this one fall from here? This one is way more bearish, by the way. But as we learned from COVID, the first is sell the news, sell the rumor, buy the news kind of a thing, unless there is no escalation. So I think this is also having. It's scary to say that, but COVID says this is going to happen. This is how market behave in crisis. Even the USD CAD is falling like a ton of bricks. Anyways, this one probably should go lower. I don't have any targets here. Aussie yen as well in a range. Can you finally break out a range of going up to 84.50? That's definitely on the tables. And you definitely want to see maybe 83.16 going higher. But that is kind of like a plan B, because the plan A is to be down on 15-minute time frame here, and you just go higher until you reach your target, and then we will see. CAD yen, another one that is also going higher, going up to 91.80, is in a range. Be aware of that, but still are able to go higher because of higher oil prices. Euro yen went down, and now we're back up again. This is also turning bullish again, people. Unbelievable. Okay? 132 on Euro yen and 179, on New Zealand yen. Bullishly as bullish can go bullish. Okay? Cool. Silver. What has happened here? We have spiked up to 120 to 25.50. How far are we away from the peak of 2020? We were 30. Okay, so we're 25, so 30. So okay, cool. So now we're 24. What can Russia do? Russia has a lot of oil, gold reserves. What will they do? They can sell their gold reserves to support their ruble. That might send oil, silver, and gold. Sorry, gold. Do they have silver? They have nickel. So probably not silver, but the same situation might also happen for silver, as we might go lower. So if Russia starts, or have started, to already sell off markets to support the ruble, because ruble is really not going to have a good time now, this is likely to go down. The other one is the risk price that we have been pricing into gold. Do you know what gold is going to do now? It's going to be volatile. So this probably is going to be the last asset you want to be trading, unless you have tons of money, easy going, and you don't care about volatility. Scalping might be something, but I am staying away as further as I can away from this. Oil has erased all the move higher and has now gone lower. as I've said earlier, I don't know what the outlook is going to be, because there's big forces that can say, well, you can take one side of it and say it's going to go higher because of this and this, and it can go lower because of this and this and this. But what I'm saying is it's uncertainty, and right now I would say wait until we have a clearer trend. Okay? Wait until we have a clearer trend. And in my Discord, people ask to me to do USD ZAR. I will sure do USD ZAR if I can just find it. Yeah, okay. Bullishness didn't happen. Still not happening, so it might even fall even further. And if you're looking for a weekly target, it might go down to 1475. By all means. But as I said, this is only what I see right now, and it's a ton of information that I haven't said to you. I've gone through, and I probably should have mentioned it to you. COT I've not gone through is a bit, and that's a bit not accurate at the moment. Follow the news by all the means that you have, and we shall see if we can get a better day tomorrow. I hope that Russia goes home, leaves Ukraine alone. I do not war. So join me in the next live for New York Open tomorrow. See you then. Boom.